Hey guys, how's it going? Eminem Gaming here, and today we're back with another video. I want to give a big shout out before I get into my around about 15 list. I want to give a big shout out to villetzu. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, man. I'm going to put your name in the title. Make sure to sub to the guy. He's a cool guy. Really has supported my channel, which I thank anyone who does. And he gave me just asked if I could do an E3 what I hope to see at E3, sort of predictions, I guess, sort of video. Again, I ain't no insider or anything, so this is just rumours that I've seen, hopes personally, and all that good stuff. And that goes for anyone. If you have a reasonable video that you want me to do, yeah, I'll do a video for you guys. I like to make content that you enjoy, and if you can be a part of that process, it's even better. So yeah, let's get into this. Thanks for the idea, and yeah, I've got my list. Let's get into this. So starting off, number one, and I'm pretty bold about this. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I mean, I've said it for years, but I know it's coming, and that is Crash Bandicoot PlayStation 4. So if you didn't know, Activision owns the IP. I think it will be obviously E3 2016. What do I personally think will happen with it? I think PlayStation will buy the IP off Activision. Why? Well, they've both got a very good relationship. Call of Duty selling absolute like hotcakes on the PS4, nearly outselling the Xbox One version 2-1. That's crazy, guys. Selling about 11 million copies. That's crazy, man. So definitely I think they've got a very good relationship. I don't think you partner with someone you hate or don't have a good relationship. So that's very interesting. Then you've got PlayStation putting on the launch of the PS4 that signed with Crash on. You've got Middle Eastern sites posting Crash is wanted. You've got wanted poster. You've got the UK posting Crash Bandicoot stuff. Like, who remembers this guy? Like, well, everyone. What you on about? And then the American site saying, wow, 20th anniversary of PlayStation. Who's on the top of the cake? Crash Bandicoot. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's what we'll see, guys. We will see Crash announced PlayStation 4 exclusive, and they will have bought the IP off Activision. Obviously, that's not going to be cheap, but I think the want from the fans is there, and it'd be definitely great to see a next generation Crash Bandicoot. What do I hope the game will be? Well, I hope it's not just emulated games, but I hope it is a Ratchet and Clank reimagining. They go back to the first one and completely strip the game, keep the basics, keep what made it great and fun, but completely change everything. If that makes any sense. So yeah, I'm so excited. I think it will definitely happen, guys. Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think it will happen? Do you want it to happen? And will you buy the game if it does? Let me know, guys. This one, another big announcement that we've kind of seen teased for a long time, so I don't think I'd be absolutely crazy to think this would happen, and that is God of War 4. If you didn't know, Sony Santa Monica with Japan Studio, and probably Naughty Dog as well, is the biggest developers studios that PlayStation has, but they haven't released a game in a friggin' age. Well, that's not true, but they haven't released a AAA game in a long time, guys. We know that they were working on a Mass Effect type of game that they put to the side for some reason. I'm guessing they'll go back to that after the God of War game. We've seen ex-people who used to work there on their resume said working on God of War 4. So I think it's a educated guess that we'll get a God of War 4. I'm excited. I don't know how it's going to happen. Obviously, spoilers, okay, if you haven't played God of War 3. But at the end, Kratos crawls off the edge after being stabbed. I mean, it could be Kratos. Could it be a new god? Could we, be it the Vikings? Could we have a female god? Could we go to the Egyptian times? Who knows? All I know is I'm going to be just wanting the big set pieces, some guy just screaming, Kratos or whatever, and just a great game from Sony Santa Monica. Yeah, was it? Hello, who am I talking about? Yes, that's Sony. Yeah, Sony Santa Monica. I probably butchered the developer there. I probably got the wrong one, but anyway, the developer got award. You know what I mean? That's all you need to know. I'm excited, guys. I think it will happen. Will it be a 2016 release? No, I think it'll be an early, Uncharted timed, release 2017. So March, April, in my opinion. Another big one now. This has been teased, but I'm going to give you why I think it will come in E3, and that's The Last of Us 2. Oh my god, guys, could you imagine that? Naughty Dog come on the stage after Uncharted's massive success, and then here's The Last of Us 2. That'd be crazy, guys. I'm absolute mind blown. But why do I think it will happen? Well, they've been discussing The Last of Us 2. They were working on it. Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley were actually working on it, and then Amy Hemming left, and there was a lot of unrest at Naughty Dog. And obviously we know that they got rid of 9 months' work. But what we do also know is that they were working on The Last of Us, and I don't know how far along it was, but they were definitely working on it. So, and then Nolan North just coming out and saying, "Yeah, I'm working on The Last of Us 2." Like, oh, thanks, Nolan. I'll write this story up. Do you know what I mean? He didn't care. So that's crazy, and I can't wait to see it, guys. I'm so excited. And yeah, I think it'll be maybe a winter 2017 game. Depending on how long it is. Early 2018. Either way, just have an announcement. Know it's coming. Know we're going to see some extension or the end or whatever of Ellie and Joel's story. Is going to be amazing, and again, my favourite game of all time. Next one we want to talk about, this is fourth on the list, Sucker Punch. New IP, we don't know what it is. I can't really tell you too much about it, because if I did, I'd probably be on IGN and all this sort of stuff. All we know is that Sucker Punch, are working on a new game. It's a new IP. It was playable a few months ago. Shuei Yoshida played it. Obviously, it takes a long time. Don't get me wrong. It takes a long time to get into gear, move up a notch. But I think we're going to see Sucker Punch new game, and it'll be a 2017. I know I'm using that date a lot, but it'll be a 2017 game for that, and it won't be Infamous or Sly Cooper or anything like that. Sony Bend, this will be obviously their first AAA game. So excited to see what these guys can do with a big budget and a big game to work on. Obviously they worked on Uncharted Golden Abyss, which you could argue was a AAA game, but it was on the Vita, do you know what I mean? So I think, Bend finally given the reins to work on a new AAA game. Going to be very interesting to see how they do it, working on the PlayStation 4 and not a portable system. I don't think it'll be like Siphon Filter. I don't think it'll be that. It'll be a new IP. What do we know about it? Well, very little, because Ben don't like to say anything. But we know it's a survival horror game, sort of reminiscent, based on The Last of Us. And yeah, all we know is they're working on it. Obviously, being an open world game, it's going to be interesting how they have The Last of Us kind of vibe to it, because that was a linear game. It's going to be very interesting, and I cannot wait for it to just see what we do. Now, this is a bit of a, I guess, hardware manipulation, whatever, but PlayStation 1 emulation, I think, will come to the PlayStation 4. They have PS1 games on the PS3. So I know there was backwards compatibility, but I think they'll do it. I think if PS2 emulation was a success, I think it's a way to get a lot of older fans on here. And yeah, I don't think what they get to lose by it, if it's as easy as I'm making out, which I'm sure it's not. I'd love to see that, guys. Would you like to see any PS1 games on the PS4? Hopefully they would do it, but who knows. Now this is kind of, although it's one part, it's kind of like three in one. Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last Guardian, and Gran Turismo Sport will all have their release dates announced at E3 2016. We'll see some more gameplay, we'll see some more trailers, but they'll have their announcements. Horizon Zero Dawn, I think, will be a holiday game. Gran Turismo Sport will be in June, and The Last Guardian will be in the summer, sometime in the summer, maybe similar time to Until Dawn. That's what I'm feeling. So it has like a free market. Another piggyback off what I've just said, Sony Ben's game will release in 2016, and it will be a holiday game as well. That's my opinion, guys. Do I get half a mark for that? If it's right, who knows? But yeah, that's my predictions with them. Let me know what you think, guys. A big one now, PlayStation name change. I think we've been hoping for this for a long time. Personally, I'm fine with my name, but what I want is, you know, the people who have been asking for it for the longest time to finally get their wish. I've seen some pretty horrendous names with high trophy scores, and it's like, do I start a new account, lose all these trophies? Do I, I don't know, just keep the name, just grind on these trophies, pray that my name change, yeah, it comes about. I think it will happen. I think they've been working on it a long time. It's been teased here and there. They've asked about it. What do you want? Well, do you know what I mean? And everyone says PlayStation name change. I think it's a smart thing to do. I think it's definitely hard to do because of the way it's set up. I don't think it's as easy as people make out, but it definitely is something that people would want to. They'd want to do because they can make money off it. Do you know what I mean? So, and PlayStation obviously are a business. They want to make money, and if they could do it, they would. And I think they will have found it out. A little trick around it to get your name changed. So that's awesome, guys. And yeah, let's get into the next one. Now, some people don't like this. I mean, it's extra games for my console that are kind of, sort of, not really exclusive at all. And that is a big third party, so a Capcom, a Square Enix, whatever, will have a console exclusive on the PlayStation 4. Predictions for this, it's very difficult to say, you know, because I obviously don't work at PlayStation. It's very difficult to say, you know. It could be a game that's already out, you know, announced on multiple consoles that they just say, well, we're only releasing it on one. Smart bets, I guess. Devil May Cry 4 would be, I guess, a sort of smart bet. They've got a good relationship with Capcom. It'd be awesome to see. Maybe an Omnimusha 2, or I don't know how, a new Omnimusha or whatever. I think there was a 2. I can't really remember, guys. That would be cool. Or maybe, no, I'm just saying, don't hate on me, guys. It's if I'm that haterade, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. But maybe just something like Kingdom Hearts 3, because Kingdom Hearts has always been like sort of PlayStation exclusive-ish. So it'd be awesome to have Kingdom Hearts 3 console exclusive or whatever. Well, it's not even announced for PC, so it could be, you know, interesting to see if it's a full exclusive. At the moment, it's for Xbox One and PS4. Don't say that, you know, oh, it's on both. I do know. I'm just saying something that could happen. And yeah, I think PlayStation has got really good relationships with third parties, second parties. So I think we might see that another big Street Fighter like exclusivity deal. And would you like to see that, guys? Do you not like that? Let me know down below. We'll see a new game from Software. From Software. You said, very difficult to say their name. I think it will be a new Demon Souls. I think it'll be Demon Souls 2, possible Bloodborne 2, or possibly a completely different type of game, which obviously I wouldn't know about. They've been teasing Demon Souls for the longest. We know what they're going out of Dark Souls. They're not doing another Dark Souls game. So it'd be interesting to see that. We know From Software have a great relationship with Sony. They love working with Sony. They've said numerous times we want to work with PlayStation again exclusively. It would be smart him saying that. Shuei Yoshida, whoever's there, sign them up. Do you know what I mean? Jesus, they're so talented. I would love to see them, like, you know, Naughty Dog, first party, be awesome. Would you like to see that, guys? I definitely would. If you didn't know, Demon's Souls was full exclusive to the PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4. Ain't I an idiot? PlayStation 3. I don't think it was on the PS2, but I could be exposed to that. It may have been, but yeah, it was a PlayStation exclusive, and it'd be awesome, you know, to see the new one. I think we will get Demon's Souls remastered, but I'd love to see a new one, or possibly a Bloodborne 2, or whatever, because I know From Software used to make really out there JRPGs back in the day, so before they started doing Dark Souls sort of games. So that could be their new game, and that would be awesome to see, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah, so sorry, I've been rambling on a bit. Now, this may not to a lot of people care about, and it probably won't get on E3 stage, but I hope during that time we do hear from Rime. Rime, oh my god, Rime. It's such a beautiful game, man. It reminds me sort of like, I guess, you know, sort of Zelda-like, but open, you know, that open world sort of, you play as a character, but it's also got a sort of Shadow of the Colossus vibe as well. Either way, this game looks beautiful, it looks fun, but it also looks like it could leave you emotionally wrecked after playing it. So check it out, R-I-M-E, Rime. I don't know if it's a AAA game. It probably will be like a $40 indie, like, what's it called? The Witness, but like 100 times better than The Witness. Like, The Witness was good. It was great. You know what I'm saying? It was great. It's on that level of greatness, but this will be better than it, in my opinion, because it's actually got, you know, that gameplay, and it's got that, you know, exploration and that main character. I cannot wait for this game, guys. Please check it out. It's stunning, it's beautiful, and wow, I just fanboy out whenever I see Rime. And we are going to hear soon, they've said, some information on that. So hopefully soon means E3 2016. So yeah, that'd be awesome to see. Hopefully a release date, because this has been announced for the longest time. The next bit we're going to talk about is the PlayStation 4 Slim. Yeah, I think I'm not going to speak too much on this. I think it saves them money by making a PS4 Slim. They've always done it with the, I think, did they do it with the PS1? I can't remember, guys. I know they made a PS2 Slim. I know they made a PS3 Slim, so it would make sense. I mean, it's not that big a news. It wouldn't like, oh my god, they've released a PlayStation 4 Slim. It wouldn't blow me away. The only problem is, by making the hardware smaller, would it affect, you know, maybe PlayStation VR functionality? That would be the only thing that would say no, they're not going to do it. So yeah, let's get into the next bit. Now this is I guess some people would say controversial. Me, I don't care about it that much, but it's something that would be big news, but to me it doesn't really matter. Battlefield 5 and Titanfall will have exclusivity sort of, so they'll be on the Xbox One, they'll be on the PC, they may even be on the NX, but what I'm saying is they'll have exclusive content like Call of Duty. Why do I think that? Well, I think Battlefield 4 had PlayStation 4 exclusive stuff. Titanfall, I think they want to give back to the PlayStation community, because they weren't on the PlayStation 4 with the first one, and that's Titanfall 2, if you didn't know. Yeah, it would make sense. I'm excited for Battlefield 5. Titanfall 2, I didn't like it, so I guess, you know, hopefully adding the story adds a bit something to it. They make it more of a longevity sort of game. Yeah, and I just think it'll be a multiplayer, which they've confirmed. It may even be on the NX, and it'll have some sort of partnership. It may be on the stage and they're like, look what we've got. So it doesn't really affect us, guys. If you're an Xbox guy, you're going to be playing this game on your Xbox. If you're a PC guy, you're going to be playing it there. But I just think that's what I've been seeing. I think they will partnership up with PlayStation because they've been tying every single goddamn third-party deal up to this day. Oh, well, obviously not Division or anything, The Witcher 3, but, you know, majority of them, the big ones. So Battlefield 5, probably. Titanfall 2, again, probably as well. And the final one, now this is the most vague one I've gone in this whole goddamn video. I've done some vague ones, guys, like The Bend, you know, will be a game. Cheers, Matt. But the big new, there will be a big new IP. What do I mean by that? It will be like something we've not heard of. It will either be, I think it may be from Japan Studio, but that's just an absolute guess because I don't even know what the game will be. But I think it'll just be a big new IP from some first party studio, possibly second party, and it will be like how they did last E3 with Horizon Zero Dawn, right? Like, what the hell is this game? Do you know what I mean? It will blow a lot of people away, I think. And the reason why I've come to this conclusion is literally because Shuei Yoshida says every single first party is working on a AAA game. So that's pretty impressive. Some of these studios we're not even freaking hearing from, so I think we will get a new big IP that will blow us away. And yeah, I cannot wait. I'm incredibly excited. Let me know, guys. Do you agree with my 15 list? Do you think I'm wrong? Let me know down below, guys. And keep your eyes out because I will be doing a sort of a review years, you know, of Drive Club, the full package. And yeah, I'm going to leave it here, guys. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're not. If you've got any ideas for videos like this video, let me know, guys, because I read all your comments and I do take it into consideration. Thanks for everything, guys, and I'll catch you in a new video very